Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It was reported yesterday, March 12th, that Joni Sledge of the group Sister Sledge, which in the 70s sang the song We Are Family, it was reported that she passed away at age 60 on March 10th. And I want to show you what's so interesting about her death, especially in light of what I covered just days ago, the anniversary of the death of Notorious B.I.G. If you missed the videos I put out, I talked about the significance of the date September 13th. Notorious B.I.G. released his first album September 13th, Ready to Die. Tupac Shakur would die 2 years later on that date. That date in history connected to a lot of suspicious deaths, including the basketball player Moses Malone, who recently just died at age 60 on September 13th. This woman, who just dropped dead at age 60 like Moses Malone, was born on September 13th. Let's get into this. So Joni Sledge, dead at 60, from the group Sister Sledge, popular in the 70s. Her name, Joni, has gematria of 60. So does the hateful word for black people. So I was trying to find Joni Sledge's birthday. At first I couldn't find it, but then lo and behold, there it was. She was born September 13th, 1956, meaning she would have turned 61 years old this year on September 13th. She died 187 days before September 13th, 2017, which we'll get to. 187 associated with killing all throughout history. So September 13th, 13/9 as it's written in most parts of the world. Freemasonry equals 139. So does the name Tupac Shakur, who died on that date. America has gematria of 139. This is a nation founded by Freemasons, and from the beginning, Freemasons have run it by the numbers, making history by the numbers, accomplishments by the numbers, murdering people by the numbers, from presidents to celebrities and entertainers. Just real quick, in case you didn't know, let's talk about 213 in regards to September 13th. Tupac Shakur released his last studio album while he was alive, All Eyes on Me, on February 13th, 2/13. That's the 44th day of the year, 44 a number associated with killing. Tupac would die exactly 213 days after the 2/13 release. The album came out in Black History Month. Black History Month equals 213. So does the word death. Moses Malone, who just died at age 60 on September 13th, little more than a year ago, from the day he died to the day Kobe Bryant finished his basketball career with the Lakers, April 13th, scoring 60 points in his last game against the Utah Jazz. That game came exactly 213 days. LA's the 213 area code. But Kobe's last game came 213 days after the death of Moses Malone. Moses Malone and Kobe both drafted out of high school. Moses Malone was drafted by Utah. Kobe finished his career against Utah. Kobe grew up in Philadelphia, where Moses Malone played the majority of his career. Moses Malone dead at 60. 213 days later, Kobe scores 60 to close out the career. You see the parallels? There was so much scripted into Kobe's last game, it was amazing. Get this. From the day Michael Jordan played his last career game, which was against Philadelphia, to the day Kobe played his last career game was 678 weeks. And the name Michael Jordan and the name Kobe Bryant in Sumerian gematria sum to 678. From Michael Jordan's last game to Kobe's last game, 678 weeks. On that same day Kobe played his last game, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry set an NBA record for a season, most threes by two players on a team, 678, the exact same number. And that was the game where the Warriors eclipsed Michael Jordan and the Bulls' win record. None of this is coincidence. It's all scripted. Your pro sports leagues are 100% scripted. even to the stat line. And for a lot of people, that's too hard to comprehend. But when you just follow my work and see all that I document, it becomes undeniable. And then if you think about it, you can see how they're doing it. These are pros, plus a few other things are going on. So anyway, just wanted to expand on the knowledge of September 13th. You know, we were just talking about this less than a week ago with dead musicians. Now here's another. This is the relevance of my work. And for everyone who's followed me, this is how it always is. I talk about something, then just days later, boom, you see it. It happened again. Once you know what to look for, you can't stop seeing it because these people, the Freemasons at the top, they do everything by the same repetitive code. So now get this. From the day she died, which was March 10th, to September 13th, her upcoming 61st birthday is 187 days. And the reason that matters is because these numbers are connected to time. She was going to turn 61 187 days from now, 187 time in Satanic Gematria, 61 in Reverse Ordinal. Not a coincidence. See, a lot of people drop dead by 187. I think this has a lot to do with time and Satanic Gematria. We're finding out that this Satanic Gematria cipher is very relevant. And real quick, I just want to introduce Satanic Gematria to you in case you've never heard of it. When you write out Satanic Gematria, it sums to 666. And the reason that is awesome, and it truly is because of this. I got to pull up the cipher for you. Just do that for you real quick, explaining the directions. Down below, I'll link this website. To pull up the ciphers, just check the boxes. If you want to see the breakdown, click the word above the number, and then over here, the cipher chart will pop up on the right side of the screen. What Satanic Gematria is making A36 and Z61. Instead of 1 to 26, you have 36 to 61. And remember, 36, when you add up every number 1 through 36, it totals 666, just like Satanic Gematria. I've been talking about for the last 2 years how they keep coding 523 next to Donald Trump, and that was before I even knew about Satanic Gematria. Now I see Satanic Gematria equals 523 for Donald Trump. And I noticed that there was a big skit this weekend that's getting a lot of headlines that Saturday Night Live put out about Donald Trump and aliens and shapeshifters. And that skit's exactly 5 minutes and 23 seconds long. Is it a coincidence? Or is there like some magical spell that's making this happen? You know? Remember, SNL's going crazy with Donald Trump because Trump's the 45th president. Anyhow, bringing this back to Joni. Joni dead 187 days before her 61st birthday. These numbers have a lot to do with time. If you missed the work I just did on Kanye West on the cross on a date with 61 numerology, remember Jesus equals 61, cross 61, time 61, Christian 61, Christmas 61, church 61, God equals 61 in Jewish Gematria. So, making her death even more interesting, she was born in Philadelphia, named in Revelation of the Bible, the final book. The letter written to the Church of Philadelphia about how the false Jews will rule in the end times, known as the Synagogue of Satan. Anyway, she died on the 33rd parallel in Phoenix, Arizona. We saw Muhammad Ali die by the numbers there earlier this year. Check this out. The group Sister Sledge was formed in 71. 71, right? 1971 was the year the group was formed. 2017 marks 46 years later. Now look at this. She's dead in Phoenix. Joni Sledge in Gematria sums to 46. So does Sacrifice. So does Phoenix. Dead 46 years later in Phoenix on the 33rd parallel. Sister Sledge also has the Gematria of 74, like Masonic, like killing. Sister Sledge also has Gematria of 142. When you write out 42 as a word, it sums to 142, 42 stamped on black people throughout history. When you write out 42, it also sums to 74, bringing us back to Sister Sledge, Masonic, and killing. Their most remembered song is We Are Family, which came out in 1979. 1979, This year will be the 38-year anniversary. Look at this. We Are Family equals 118. Just like death, another number that shows up around death all the time. Again, last February 2016, Vanity died by the number 118. I pointed out then that Prince had 118 coded into his name. We'd likely be reading about his death next in connection with Vanity. And lo and behold, they told us that Prince died in an elevator. If I can type here. Elevator, 118. Notice also the 46, like sacrifice. We see these numbers again and again. Vanity died on the 46th day of the year. The name Vanity equals 46. So We Are Family came out 38 years earlier in 79. Murder equals 79. Murder also equals 38. Death 38. Killing 38. R.I.P. 38. Dead 38 years later in 2017. The day she died was also a date with 14 numerology. Dead equals 14. Date with 23 numerology. Symbol equals 23. All of these celebrities used as symbols. Her date of birth, date with 97 numerology. We just talked about how Notorious B.I.G. died in 97, Notorious 97, Death 97, a million other things, Rockefeller Records 97, the song made by Tupac, Hit 'Em Up, about Biggie 97. So interesting that this woman dies right after all the hype about the anniversary of Notorious B.I.G.'s death. She has the September 13th birthday, the 97 birth numerology from this date. It's also a date with 43 numerology. R.I.P. also connects to 43. Date with 34 numerology. Murder connects to 34. 139 is the 34th prime number. I just did a video on Faith Evans, how she's coming out with the album with Notorious B.I.G., the Duets album, set to release on the 139th day of the year. They announced that album on the 34th day of the year, February 3rd. 139 is the 34th prime. They just announced the Biggie album on the 34th day of the year, and it's coming out on the 139th day. And the final track has the 139 name gematria. If you missed the videos I put out on Notorious B.I.G., go back and check them out. If you're not subscribed to this channel, you're missing out on... It just sounds bad when I say what my work is, but truly, if you're missing out on the videos I'm putting out, you're missing out on the most important information that's coming out anywhere in the world right now. For the last 3 years that I've been doing this, there's no information source in the world putting out anything more relevant, more worthwhile, more worth knowing. You know, might sound arrogant, but it's absolutely the truth. I know nobody could disprove what I just said. I know what I've put out the last 3 years. Nobody's ever seen in 3 years' time as much information put out anywhere that was significant. You know, you could pay $100,000 and go to an Ivy League school. You wouldn't learn half as much relevant stuff as what I've taught for free on this channel. No ads. Somebody just pointed out to me how much money I could be making from ads. You know, I gotta tell you, it tempted me a little bit because I'm broke right now, but I'll still never put ads on this channel. Apparently, I could be making around $40,000 a year if I just monetize my channel with the views I get now that are even suppressed. So, you know, that's a decent chunk of change, and I'm broke. But I'm not gonna make anybody watch ads to make money. The book's coming soon. That better pay the bills. Also, just want to document the names Sledge and Sister Sledge. They both share gematria 52, a special number related to prophecy. We know that the Zionists who run the media and Murder by Numbers, you never heard that song from 1983, Murder by Numbers by the band The Police? You better listen to it. It's exactly about what we're talking about. It's as simple as killing ABC 1, 2, 3. Anyway, we know that the Zionists who run the show love to have riddles and have deaths connected to each other. What word goes well with sledge? Is it not hammer? Sledgehammer? I'm wondering if we're going to read about MC Hammer dropping dead next. He's going to turn 55 later this month. 55, another number of sacrifice. MC Hammer 74, Rapper 74, Killing 74. We just talked about how that was coded into Sister Sledge. One of the Sister Sledge sisters is now dead. By the numbers, 187 days before her 61st birthday. Down below, I'm going to link some more videos. And real quick, just because so many people request for me to make this video, just so everyone knows, one of the first videos I made was on the death of Aaliyah. The death of Aaliyah, this happened when I just turned 18 years old, and it was heartbreaking for me. I remember how she died, and then 9/11 happened. I was so sad when Aaliyah died because I was young, and she was just a little bit older than me, and I was never really one to care that much about celebrity or have crushes on who was on the TV screen, but I always had a little crush on Aaliyah, truthfully. If I ever had a crush on a celebrity, it was on Aaliyah, so when she died, I just felt like, what? You know, it seemed awful at the time. For you younger people, Aaliyah was the biggest face in music at the time of her death. At least her genre of music. You know, Beyonce wasn't out. It was Aaliyah. Well, there was Brandy and Monica and them, but pretty sure Aaliyah was at the top right then. So anyway, Aaliyah died just before September 11th, which was a Zionist false Jewish ritual. Look at what the name Aaliyah means. Immigration to Israel, the honor of being called upon to read from the Torah. Remember, Torah has the same gematria as Queen. She appeared in a movie, something about Queen of the whatever, right after her death. But anyway, her death was definitely synced up with the Zionist Masonic ritual that was September 11th, 2001. You never seen my work on September 11th, you better check it out. The same Zionist Jews who run media, who run government, who run the recording industry, they're responsible for 9/11. So Aaliyah, she was born January 16th. Flip that date upside down. What do you have? You have 911. 116 upside down is 911. She died just days before 9/11, reportedly. Her birth numerology had 34 and 43 in it. RIP and murder. Just talking about this with Joni Sledge. She had 17 birth numerology. She died 17 days from September 11th. 6 more days in August, 11 in September. The date she died was also a date with 34 numerology, like the word murder, matching her birth numerology. It was also a date with a 33 connection, number of sacrifice. Her death was blamed on too much luggage. They said that she was worn, there was too much luggage on the plane, and that's why they said it crashed. I guarantee you that story is bullshit. Luggage equals 33, just like the word culling, which means getting rid of. From her birthday in 2001 to the day she died was 221 days. And that's the number of the Bavarian Illuminati. The Bavarian Illuminati established May 1st, 1776, just before the American Revolution. The Bavarian Illuminati is the Freemasons and Zionists who run this world by the numbers. They were established on a date with 99 numerology. That's interesting because when you write out 13, it sums to 99. The Bavarian Illuminati was established with 13 families. Aaliyah's full name in reverse reduction also sums to 99. Perhaps why she was chosen to die 221 days after her birthday. From the date of her death to her upcoming birthday was 144 days. And real quick, I just want to go back. She was born in 79, which means she turned 22 in 2001. She died 144 days before her 23rd birthday. Symbol 23. Aaliyah, very much a symbol. And also, notice she was born in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York, 223 like Masonic. So many entertainers, celebrities come out of Brooklyn, New York. Very Masonic area. Very Zionist area. So with regards to her dying 144 days before her birthday, 144, another number connected to time, another number connected to killing by the numbers throughout history. We just talked about how Joni Sledge died 187 days before her 61st birthday. Those numbers associated with time. 144 is the truest number to time. And every single day, there's 1,440 minutes. 1440. Lose the zero from the end, you're right back to 144. The square root of 144 is 12. 12 hours in the morning, in the evening, 12 months in a year. Very special number with time and killing throughout time. She had reportedly just gotten done creating the music video Rock the Boat. gematria of 118, like death. We just talked about how the most famous song for Sister Sledge was We Are Family with the 118 connection, showing how many musicians have died around these numbers. All races over the years, so many. Notorious B.I.G. buried on a date with 118 numerology. Tupac Shakur and every single member of his rap entourage has died by this number. Just happens again and again. They were filming Rock the Boat when Aaliyah died. All throughout history, you apply the gematria, you see the same things have happened again and again. Aaliyah in reverse reduction also sums to 42, one of many black musicians with the number 42 stamped on them. Her funeral was on a date with 42 numerology. Funeral was August 31st, 2001. It's also a date with 60 numerology, the most hateful word for black people. You know what it is, sums to both 42 and 60. Again, if you're not subscribed here, you should subscribe. You should go through the many videos I have, search my videos. I've covered most celebrity deaths, most of history on this channel. Little theory on why 42 stamped on black people all throughout history. I think it goes back to the 42 laws of Ma'at, the ancient Egyptians. 42 laws to live by, mostly having to do with sin. Sin 42. Remember the Bible, the New Testament. New Testament equals 42. It begins with the 42 generations leading up to Jesus. There's this new hit TV show called The 100. It just started its 4th season. Season 4, Episode 2, the character that's something like Jesus says the word 42 for the first time it's said in all of the episodes of the show. This episode also played in February, Black History Month, February 42. Season 4, Episode 2, this character utters the words 42. And then he says, would you like to know their names right after he says 42? The New Testament begins with 42 generations leading up to Jesus. A lot of people theorize that Jesus was really black. I think the powers that shouldn't be are often trying to clue people in that if there was a Jesus, this definitely was the case. This episode of this show was the 47th episode, Christian 47. The character's name is Jaha, like Jesus. When you write out 42, it sums to 74. The show's called The 100. 42, 74, numbers of masonry, which goes back thousands of years, possibly even to the Egyptians. Possibly this is the reason it is the 42 laws of Ma'at. So anyway, there's a reason for everything, Truth Seeker. I'm going to link this post down below, along with the deaths of the 2 women we covered, and I'm going to link this post on Magic Johnson 4259 and his HIV announcement, which is another video I got coming. Be sure to check out the video I just uploaded. Today's news about Michael Brown, the Michael Brown race war propaganda. Michael Brown equals 60. Ferguson equals 42. Missouri 42. The patterns are redundant, Truth Seeker. Until next time.